0.0001% is a very small number. That means out of 158 million people who voted in the last presidential election, that's 1 in a million people could possibly have been an illegal immigrant. Think about that. Do the math. That's 158 people possibly could have voted in the last election that were illegal immigrants. That doesn't mean that's how many people actually did. That's how many people possibly could have. And a lot of that is clerical errors. You get your citizenship. You go to the DMV. It gets updated in their books. It gets updated in their network. But then it doesn't update in the voter rolls as fast. The systems don't sync up. Now, the GOP is trying to push the SAVE Act. And the SAVE Act is going to mean no matter which political party you belong to, whether you're a Republican, a MAGA Republican, a Democrat, or if you're an independent, you're going to have to show up with either a birth certificate or you're going to have a passport in your hand. Papers, please. What country does that sound like? Let me see your papers. Just in order to vote. Something you've been doing your whole life. Now, I'm switching political parties this year, which means I'm going to re-register as a Democrat. That means I have to show up with either a birth certificate or I have to have a passport, and I don't have either one, and I can't get a birth certificate because I was adopted, and it was a closed adoption in 1964. I'm not the only person in this situation. Women who got married, 69 million women across this country got married and changed their names. That means their names currently do not match what their birth certificate says. That means they're going to have to jump through hoops to try to prove they are who they are, instead of just showing a simple ID. I have no problem with showing an ID to vote. No one seems to have a problem with it. 85% of the American public says we should have to show an ID. But the SAVE Act is going to make it almost impossible for at least 69 million women who got married and changed their name, and how many adoptees in my situation. Think about that. The numbers are staggering. They're trying to cut out the people. They do not want voting. That's exactly what it's doing. But it will affect, like I said, Republicans, MAGA Republicans, Democrats, and independents. It doesn't just lean towards the Democrats. This SAVE Act goes across the whole spectrum of politics.